Hey guys, it's Liz and we're flipping things. And I have to tell you, tonight we're talking about Amazon FBA versus eBay. I have feelings about both. I also love both. So I'm just going to kind of chat about what I think of both platforms and why I like them both, and maybe a few of the things that I don't love about both of them. So stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Liz. So, quick update, or I don't know, information. So tonight I had an interview scheduled where I was going to... It's fine. Everything's fine. I was going to be interviewed to talk about Michael, my oldest, my 18-year-old son, and what I have kind of gone through as his mom in supporting him in his music and helping him grow through promotion and advertising and all the million things I have done with and for him over the last several years as he has really developed into a relatively successful musician. But at the last minute, it got canceled. I was kind of depressed, actually, kind of like upset about it because I had to miss Matthew's soccer game to be home for this I had to miss Matthew's hockey game to be home for this interview. And they only started having actual real hockey games like a week ago. So he was really bummed and I was really bummed, but I had promised I would do this interview. So now I'm like super bummed because I'm sitting here and he's playing a game and I'm missing it. Mom guilt, right? Like, I don't know. We just can't be everywhere at one time. And so now I have mom guilt. Plus, I like set it. I mean, it's nighttime, so there's not like natural light. So I like, look, I made it pretty. I don't know. Does it look pretty? I did my makeup. And so I was like, well, I'm filming a YouTube video because my makeup's done and the background looks kind of nice and stepping on things. I think it's a Lego. Oh, it's a Lego. It's a Lego. It's a Lego under my feet. So I'm filming a YouTube video. Unplanned. I have no notes, but I do have wine. So let's talk about eBay versus Amazon FBA. I sell on both. I go through phases. Sometimes I'm doing like everything Amazon FBA. I'm sourcing, I'm shipping off to them. I'm adjusting my prices. I'm like all in. And sometimes I'm like super eBay focused, and I can never really get to a place where I am consistently doing both. It's hard for one person. This is something I've realized. It's hard for one person. Then I add in my YouTube channel, which is very time consuming. I know there's no income coming in from it, but there could be soon because like we're super close. Whoa. But I'm going to tell you, we'll start with the things I love about, some of the things I love about Amazon FBA. And those are, one, it's like, it is really fun. I do retail and online arbitrage. So I'm typically looking for clearance items that I'm approved to sell on Amazon, that I can ship into them and make a profit on. It is like a treasure hunt. It really is. It's very fun. I really enjoy doing retail and online arbitrage because every day is different. You just don't know what's going to be on sale. You just don't know what kind of deals you're going to find. A lot of times it's, you see something online. I'll find something on Brickseek and then I'll run to the store and try to find it. And I've done pretty well doing it that way. eBay, on the other hand, is pretty fun for sourcing as well, but it's a completely different sourcing. It's like, at least for me, and I know everyone does it different. I do some retail arbitrage, and lately, because there's no garage sales or things like that happening here in New York where I am, because there's like a foot of snow outside, I have turned to some different sources to find inventory lately. But I do go to a lot of thrift stores. That's something that Matthew and I like to do together. So I go to a lot of thrift stores. I do some retail arbitrage. Lately, I've been getting like liquidation and wholesale boxes. There's a liquidation company right here in Buffalo, so I do a lot of auctions with them. I'm desperately trying to get one of these Goodwill blue boxes because I'm just so curious about it. I just found out about them a couple weeks ago. Who was it? Oh, Sabrina. I'll tag Sabrina's YouTube channel in the description, but she had it was kind of a dud, but she had a plush Goodwill blue. She had a plush Goodwill blue box. I did it. And I guess you just don't know what you're going to get with plushes from the Goodwill. But I do really enjoy like going out and thrifting. In the summer, I love garage selling and finding stuff at garage sales for super cheap that I can flip online on eBay. Typically, stuff you find in thrift stores and stuff I find at garage sales and things like that, I can't sell on Amazon. So it opens up a completely other market for me and allows me to source more. Part of the reason I need to source more is because of Amazon's gating program. And I think a lot of you already do Amazon FBA, so you already know this, but when you start, you're like gated in everything. And gated basically means you're not approved to sell the item. And as time goes on, you can try to get auto approvals. You can try to get yourself approved in categories. Like I got approved in topicals, which was awesome. That opened up a whole bunch of inventory and products that I couldn't sell before that I can sell now. But I'm still gated in a whole bunch of brands within that category. My next category I want to try to get ungated in is grocery. And I know a lot of you have been ungated in grocery. And the one thing I'm curious about is like the expiration dates. When you're talking about like food items, like your inventory is going bad the minute it leaves your house. You know what I mean? And that's like, scares me a little. I'm pretty sure Trevor just fell down the stairs. I'm sure everything's fine. Trevor, are you okay?
Yeah, I was just playing with TJ.
Oh, you're just playing with TJ? I'm just making a video. You want to say hi?
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And if you want to, you can comment. You want to hear a joke? What should the pig do to cross the lake?
What should the pig do to cross the lake?
Go and pig it.
That was really funny. Your comedic timing.
That was funny.
Have you thought about being a comedian when you grow up? No. So like the gating process is difficult, right? And that makes Amazon a bit more challenging, let's say, because a lot of times you can find profitable items at the store, but you're not approved to sell them. And so I guess it's one of those, the longer you do it, the higher your stats are with Amazon, the more you get approved to sell, the more money you can make. But in the beginning, it is difficult. It's like, I can remember starting out and like in the summer, would go spend hours at Walmart scanning everything. And 90% of what I would scan, I was gated in. I could not sell it. And it was so frustrating. And then when I would find items I could sell, they were like super low margin items that I wasn't going to make any money on, a couple bucks. And if the price changes, when your profit's only a couple bucks, well, it's risky. So I don't love that part, but I understand it, right? I get it. I know why they do it. The other thing that I love about eBay when we're talking about like gating and ungating is there is no gating or ungating with eBay. You can sell whatever you want unless it's on the Vero list. And the Vero list is basically a list of brands who have decided they don't want their items resold, which is weird. I think it's sort of against the law because I think once you purchase something, you have the right to sell it. I'm not sure. But I know there's certain items you can't sell. Like you cannot use the word Velcro, I've heard. And if you use the word Velcro in your description or your title, your item is going to get pulled. Even if it's like a Land's End jacket with Velcro closure, you can't say Velcro. You have to say like hook and there's a term. I don't have it off the top of my head. But aside from that, you can sell it on eBay. Basically anything. You can search your house if you are just starting out and you can find 20 things that you can sell on eBay right now. I have already scoured the house and I guarantee, because my husband just keeps bringing me more boxes from the basement. There's so much stuff in the house that can be sold that someone out there is looking for, right? It may not sell right away, but you can sell it. Whether it's brand new or it's used, right? And in our house, like we have a lot of like vintage stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna call us savers. We're not hoarders, but we definitely save things we probably don't need to. And so then we wind up like, there's a lot of stuff in the house that's 20 years old that, we haven't even touched this. Like, it's been in the box in the basement for years. So I love that about eBay because it does allow you to basically, the sky's the limit. You can go out and source and you can sell it. Now, is there a demand for the item? And two, are you gonna make any money on it? Right? Like, yes, you have to do your research, but there's a lot more opportunity to sell a larger amount of items. Now, if you're doing retail arbitrage, you can also do that on eBay. You can sell brand new items, and I sell a lot of brand new items on eBay, and I do very well. The issue is they just don't have the audience that Amazon has, right? Amazon is the biggest website, like sales website on the planet. And that is where you're gonna reach the most people, which means that's where things are gonna sell the fastest. And so if it's a new item and you're able to sell it on Amazon, you'd prefer to sell it there because it's gonna move faster. That being said, we can talk about fees. Amazon FBA fees are very high, but with that comes some very big perks. You source the items, you put them in a box, and you ship them off to Amazon. There they go. They're gone. They are no longer stored in your house. They are no longer taking up space. There's no risk of them getting lost or misplaced or someone grabbing it and saying, oh, I'm out of deodorant. Here's a brand new stick. Because I could see one of my family members doing that to me, okay? So I love shipping my stuff off to Amazon. I think that's amazing. It's hugely beneficial to not have to store it at your house. What I can tell you is my eBay storage, and I'm at about 200 items. I have another 200 to list. I know every time I tell you guys this, it's the same number, but I promise you I've listed and sold about 50 things, and I just wind up sitting right around 200 all the time. But the eBay inventory is taking over my basement. I have 9, 10 giant Rubbermaid containers right now, plus boxes of stuff that has not been listed. It's taking over. And if you don't have a lot of storage, and I don't have a lot of storage, there's 5 of us in a small house. If you don't have a lot of storage, eBay can be difficult because you're just not able to store the amount of stuff you need to be really profitable. I love that on Amazon, I just source it and ship it off. That is awesome. The fees that are in place are because they store all my items. When they're ordered, they pick them, they pack them, and they ship them. And it's free 2-day shipping if the person's a Prime buyer. I did a video yesterday where I showed just packing and shipping 3 items for eBay. It is time consuming. You've got to go into your spreadsheet, see where you've stored the item, go downstairs, get the items, get the right packing supplies, pack it. For me, I have to drive it to the post office. I don't mind. Like, that is part of my day, right? It's part of my daily routine. But it is really nice to just get a little email from Amazon that says, we've shipped the item you sold. And so it's worth it to pay the money in fees for them to handle all of that. It is kind of nice. But if you're trying to make a lot of money per item, eBay is a little bit better in that regard because you're only paying the eBay fees, which are a lot lower than Amazon, which, I mean, those fees can get up there. It's worth it, but they can get up there. What other things did I want to mention? I will say, I have not started selling on Poshmark or Mercari or Facebook Marketplace. I know this is a mistake. But I feel like sometimes I'm overwhelmed with just 2 selling channels. Like I am worried that I'm not able to give those 2 channels the right amount of my time. And so how would I possibly balance by adding in another channel? Unless I guess maybe I'm cross posting. I'm not really sure. It's not something I've tried. I know I need to. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are doing it successfully. But I get nervous. Like I get afraid I'm going to miss an order, or an order is going to come in on one channel and I've got it cross posted and I don't get it down on the other channel in time. I don't know. I don't know why I'm nervous. But I know if I want to grow my business, I should probably add another selling channel. Everyone swears by Facebook Marketplace that is where it's at. I have no desire to do in-person selling whatsoever. I don't want people coming to my house to get items. I don't want to meet people. So I guess if I could just do Facebook where I ship it off, that might be ideal. But then that doesn't allow you to sell like the big items. Like I definitely see Josh from Harry Tornado, and he will pick up big items and he's like, well, I'll just sell this locally. Lindy does it too. Oh, this is big. I'll just sell it locally. They must be meeting people to sell them. It's all I can imagine. And I don't know. I'm like a girl, and I don't really want to go meet people that I don't know from the internet, I guess. That's weird, right? Like, I don't want to get like, I don't know. Why do I think this is... I did one eBay local pickup, and I never have local pickup on my items, but this person actually reached out after they bought the item, and he was like, hey, I'm like only a few miles from you. Would you, and it was right before Christmas, would you be willing to just do a local pickup instead of shipping this so that it doesn't possibly get lost in the mail? And I was like, okay. So I changed the listing. I canceled his order. I changed the listing, and he repurchased it at local. And my husband and my 18-year-old son were like, you're not going to meet a stranger from the internet. Like, no. So my 18-year-old was like a bouncer. Like he came with me like all big. The guy was super nice. He was like young. He was really nice. He just wanted his video game controller. I don't know. But I don't know. Like as a female, it's difficult, right? Like most of the time I have 2 young kids with me, and I don't know. We just don't, unfortunately, girls don't have the same ability to just go out and feel safe as guys do. And I'm not trying to like get into a debate in any way, but I can tell you how I feel as a girl. I'm not comfortable going out to meet someone that I don't know. Right? Like, I don't know. I wish the world was a little different, but that's kind of how I feel. So, but I do want to start selling on Facebook Marketplace. I just got to bite the bullet and do it. But then again, I'm like, okay, so do I spend the time starting on Facebook Marketplace, or would it make more sense for me to take the time I would put into that and get myself ungated in grocery on Amazon? And that in my head makes more sense. Get myself ungated in grocery so that I can sell more items on Amazon, right? Like that's where my head is. So I don't know. Listen, I love both channels. They both have positives and negatives. Like they really do. I love them both. They're completely unique. They have very different buyers, I believe. And I think I need to find a way to be consistent on both, to give both the same amount of energy all the time. And that is where I've been failing. That does include the fact that I'm homeschooling the kids because they're remote learning and furloughed from work. And so suddenly I'm on my own, like trying to take care of the house and everyone's needs. And that is not something I'm used to because I'm always working and I'm not doing a great job of it. I mean, I can be honest. I am kind of sucking at it. Like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to balance and no one ever leaves. So it's like, even when, like today, the 2 little ones went to school, and then my oldest son and my husband were home most of the day. And I was like, I just wanted a little time to like get stuff done. So I don't know. This is life right now, right? This is life during a pandemic, and it won't always be this way. But I do think if I could find a better way to split my energy between those 2 channels, that I could definitely make more. So I'm gonna try. But if someone said to me like, I want to start right now, where should I start? I would start with eBay. That was how I started. I started with eBay and I did that for a few months. And then as I sort of started understanding sourcing and retail arbitrage and had spent enough time doing it, Amazon was an easier move for me at that point because I sort of understood reselling in general. I think if I had just jumped into Amazon, I'm not sure I would have had the same understanding. But you could do both right from the start. But if you had to choose one, I would start with eBay and then move into Amazon. But I don't know. I love both. I think they're awesome. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like, what are your favorite channels? What to sell on? Am I totally missing the boat not being on Facebook Marketplace or Poshmark or Mercari? I don't do a lot of clothes, so I don't think Posh is for me. But am I like missing the boat? Should I change something up? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for letting me make a video when I had a nice pretty background and I did my makeup. You guys rock. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a happy Friday. Have a beautiful weekend. And thanks for watching. Bye.